Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. In this video I'm going to be checking out the new Perfect 9 titanium dart shafts, the True 22, and it's called True 22 because it's a total titanium stem. On the market we sometimes get titanium stems with replaceable alloy tops, whereas this one everything is made of titanium, and it's called True 22 because 22 is the atomic symbol of titanium as in the little corner. But these are going to be in three lengths. You've got 30mm, 36mm and 42mm, and as you can see it comes in these nice little boxes. These retail for £25 a set, which might sound expensive, but obviously titanium is quite durable, so if they last a long time, could last for years actually, then it's money well spent, I suppose. But Perfect 9 have been developing these over the last couple of years, and they've put them through quite a lot of testing and said that they're very durable and they grip the flights well and what have you. So it just remains to be seen whether that is the case. Now, the tops of these can be replaceable, even though you may never need to replace them. If at some point you do manage to break them, then you'll be able to buy some replaceable tops for £6 a set. So that's not too bad really. And also with something like this, if it's something that you use all the time and it lasts a long time, you're reducing plastic waste with nylon stems and what have you. So that's a good thing. So let's check them out. Right, so as you can see, they come in these neat little cardboard boxes. Quite a strong little box. Kind of it feels a bit like the boxes that you get jewellery in, and it's got that kind of very soft velvety sponge in there. And it says on the back, the new standard, no aluminium, no compromise. I'll rephrase that, no aluminum, just for the people over the pond. High grade titanium build, advanced flight grip, no lip, seamless profile, weight reducing core. Now the reason why it says no lip is because obviously, as you know, on the power shafts from Target, they've got a kind of a lip where the top screws in. And I'll give you a better close-up of them just now, but there's just a quick close look. So that's the 30mm, and if you unscrew it, you'll be able to see on the inside, or you may not be able to see it that well, but get a bit of light in. It's hollow in the middle there, so it's very light. Just put that screw on there first, and if you look on the top, it's got a neat little indent there, so it helps you to locate your flights, and it seems to stay on really well, that. And it's kind of surprising considering there's no little rubber o-ring or anything. Just goes on finger tight and seems to be on quite nice and tight actually. But it comes with a little rubber o-ring on the thread for the barrel, and it etched with True 22. So just get a flight. I'll stick it in a barrel first just to make sure. So, doing this through the camera, so it's a little bit awkward. I can't see what I'm doing, I'll have to move it. So you just locate that there as you do with any stem, and then you push it in. Now if you push down the top, it kind of like goes in a little bit more, so it gets a secure tight fit, and that is it. So the other nice thing is that the profile of the top, it's kind of curved, so hopefully that will prevent the incoming darts causing any problems. Hopefully it'll just go gliding over the top. But that lip on the power shafts, as you can see, that's a seamless profile, so there's no lip there, so there's nothing for your dart to catch there. Just see how tight the fight is on. That's pretty tight, that, like, so that's good. Now I'm sure some people are going to ask me, will it fit a molded flight, so I'm going to try that. But I'm just going to have to change my battery, I think, because I think it's about to go. Right, so it is quite a nice looking stem actually. Nice profile to it. I just want to see how easy it is to unscrew the top. I mean, did he unscrew the top then? I think he unscrewed the stem. I unscrewed the stem. So let's try that again. Now I've got the stem in tight enough, so putting a fair bit of force on there. So it took quite a bit of force to get that to open. So it's possible it may, like when you hit with a dart, but I don't really know, because your dart would just bend the flight, so it would probably have to hit closer to the middle to be able to unscrew it, and it would take some force, I think. So I don't think it's going to do it from an impact of another dart, but I'm going to try these molded flights, and these are the which ones are these? These are the L style easy one. Whether that'll fit in, I don't know. Doesn't look like it. You know why I think it is? Maybe because the edges are there. That bit in the middle looks thin enough, but it looks like the edges are there where it gets thicker is trying to get into the slot as well, which is not so easy. So I don't think they'll fit. And these ones are the shot airfoil. Now again, that's quite thin there, but I think a lot of these molded flights like this have to be fairly thin to get into a normal stem anyway. So that one will fit, but obviously getting it to go over this part, not so easy, but it will fit. So maybe some will fit. It will depend. It'll have to be as thin as that, but not like the easy ones where it's got a little bit of a thick part to prevent it getting any further. Now where's that other flight? I haven't got my glasses on now because I take them off when I look through the camera screen. So these are the Dragon flights from Bulls, Netherlands, is it? Or Bulls, Germany. See, they don't fit. Now, yeah, see, that has the same problem. It's quite thin in the middle, but it gets thicker too close to it, so anything that's like that isn't going to fit. So I don't know what the thickness of the edges of them are, but it looks like it may be a bit hit and miss with molded flights, so probably best to stick to poly flights. They're going nice and easy. So what I'll do next is I'm going to compare them to a normal stem and flight, and I'll give you a little comparison pic of them all. But that's the 30mm and that's a short stem, so just a touch longer, and that's the 36mm with the in between nylon stem, and that's pretty much a good match, that one. And that's the 42mm with a medium nylon stem, and again that's pretty close. So I would say if you normally use the medium stem, then you want the 42mm. If you use an in between, get the 36mm, and if you use your short, then you want the 30mm. So now I'm just going to weigh them and see how they compare in the weight. Right, I'm just going to weigh the stems on their own. There's no point in weighing them with the flights because everyone might be using different size flights and that. So just to give you a quick look there though, when you look at the nylon stem, it actually looks longer but when you put the flight on, doesn't seem to be all that much difference. So maybe just depends on how far the flight sits into the top. But anyway, that's the short nylon stem, and that is 0.86 grams, and the 30mm true 22 titanium is 2 grams exactly. So it's a fair bit heavier, like nearly 1.25, I would say, somewhere around there. But obviously it's made of metal and that's made of plastic, so it's definitely going to be heavier no matter what. And these are the in-between nylon stems, 1.12 gram. But that's the reason why they've hollowed out the main part of the body of the stem, so that helps to reduce the weight, and that's 2.24. And medium nylon stem, where you going? Get back on there. That's 1.34, and the 42mm true 22 is 248. So obviously, as to be expected, the metal ones are heavier, not drastically so, but considering that they're made of titanium and they're going to be a lot more durable than a nylon stem, it really depends, like I say, whether the difference in weight would be better or worse for you. It's something you need to find out for yourself, basically. Right, before I go on, I just wanted to mention, because I think I forgot, the new Perfect 9 dart shirt, the Apex Premium, on the site now. And as you can see, it's got a pocket on the left, zip up polo style. Got a nice little bit of contrast around the sleeves. You got a rubberized Perfect 9 logo on the left sleeve and also on the right chest. I don't know how well you can see it because obviously the camera's in a different position, but these are on the site now, $35.99. They kind of got like a silky soft feel to it, so rather nice shirt actually. But for the shafts, I've been using them for just over a week, and obviously with my elbow being iffy, I've only had a short amount of time, so maybe in total probably about 5 or 6 hours. So I'm just going to have a few throws and just talk about my experience so far. Obviously you're not going to learn anything from me throwing the darts here, but it's just a bit of an excuse to talk about it. So this isn't going to be very pretty because they haven't done a warm-up, but anyway, let's start. Getting a lot of 5s lately. Oh. It's because my arm is so stiff. Oh, got a treble. Saved me bacon with the treble. But one of the reasons why I use all-in-one integrated moulded stems and flights is obviously getting older. My eyesight's not as good, and sometimes I find the flights a bit fiddly to get onto the slots. With these ones, they're going nice and easy, but you can get some shafts where it's a real fiddle, and that can be your right pain trying to get them into the slots. And the other reason is when the flights pop off, obviously you have to bend down and pick them up, and having a bit of a dodgy back in that gets a bit annoying after a while. And that could still happen with these, and it actually still does, but I've been recording how many times it's happened so far. Treble 5 champion. And in the time that I've used it, they've only popped off 3 times, which I think is far less than it would on a normal stem. And it's only been when the darts have been closely grouped. So it does have quite a nice tight hold on the flight. And the other thing that I did mention earlier, which was about the screw tops, I've only noticed them come loose once. And when I turn it, most of the time I'm unscrewing the whole stem, so I've actually only seen the top loosen once. That was probably from a fairly heavy impact as well, so again, that's good. Well, I don't know what else to tell you about them really. Sometimes I've noticed the darts hit the top of the stem right on, and it's just slid over the top, but I guess it depends on the angle, because I suppose the point could get stuck in the mid part if it gets really in at the right angle, but most time it seems to have just slid down the shaft itself, so that's another good thing. But I do like how the profile seems to fit with these darts and also the look of them. But it's hard to say, other than things like that, whether or not it's done any difference in terms of how the darts are flying, performing through the air. It's a difficult thing to quantify, really, so I couldn't really tell you if they've made me throw the darts any better or worse. And obviously with my elbow being iffy, I'm not really thrown to the same way I was before anyway. So with all that being said, I don't really know what else to tell you other than they do seem really nice. And I think with a lot of darts items, it's a case of trying it yourself and then just seeing if they suit you. Here we go, all into the fives again. Oh, overcooked it on that one. But if I was to go back to a normal stem and flight setup, then I'd probably consider something like this. That's really well made and should last a long time. But like I say, it's about what works for you, and in the end you only know that by testing it. So well, that is basically it. So I'm going to leave it there because there's not much else for me to tell you. They do look nice and they are strong and durable, and they do have a nice hold on the flights, and the screw tops do seem to stay put most of the time. Like I say, it only came loose once. So there you go. If you've got anything else you want to ask me, just ask me in the comments and I'll try and reply. But that's the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Happy darting.